We're back with the Craftsman. It's a little broken. If you can't tell, it's missing gas tank. You pick up gas tank and gas tank come off. But we got to fix it today, and it's gonna run and drive.
Flywheel and coils are on. Pretty much now you're just going to watch me do the wiring because we didn't get to it last night. And then I think after wiring it should be able to turn over. Then we'll throw the fuel tank in it, get some gas to it, see if it'll run. So, wiring is done for the most part. I'll put the wiring order on screen. But now we'll see what it does with the battery. Alright, so we're going to put power to it, see what happens. Only reason I'm recording because if it blows up, it'll make a good video.
So let's not blow up.
Come here, Tyler.
Why me?
Because I'm going to wait till it's plugged in to put this on.
Oh, I plug it in?
Yeah, it ain't going to do nothing without this on.
Wouldn't do anything anyways, would it?
Well, if it's going to spark from the cables, I'll know.
Ready?
Yeah.
Quit being a bitch.
I am a bitch.
Got a rectator tip. What?
Starter's not jumping high enough.
That was pointless. Good deal.
Maybe we let it charge more? Because voltage would be a reason.
Yeah.
There's no fire yet, so it's wired, right? Like piss.
I've been small enough.
As long as it's...
Is it hot?
No. I don't smell it no more.
I don't know why I'm standing right beside it voluntarily.
I have to put a bigger battery in it.
Well, yeah, well, you think the battery pan is big. I'm gonna have to spend at least 100, 150 on a battery. Why this one not sparky?
Put it on the bolt. When I had those connectors on the 210, I just put it on the bolt. I can charge it with the charger, but we're trying to take it as it's charging.
And that battery's way too small.
Mm-hmm. But the 210 is built for a full-size car battery.
So is this.
Yeah. Which is probably why this battery sucks.
Could just get my car battery.
Okay, we know the electrical's good. That's kind of obvious.
Alright, so we got wiring done. It cranks over, it just needs a bigger battery.
Yep, bigger battery.
Yep. Big battery. Like car battery. Bye-bye.